Hello and welcome to the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. I'm your host and guide Mohit Lalwani, and as always there's plenty on the show today. Let's get started right away with one of India's most prestigious races over a mile. The A.C. Ardeshir Trophy on Sunday the 27th of December attracted India's best milers into the paddock for one of India's most prestigious group races over a mile. Ocean and Beyond from Dallas Todiwala stable was representing the form from the 2011 Casino Royale Indian 2000 Guineas, and even though he had been disqualified by the stewards, he had passed the post first on that occasion. In fact, that particular classic had seen a bloodbath in the stewards' room, one in which the first two horses home were disqualified, leaving Beautiful Stranger the unlikely winner of this classic. On this occasion, while Ocean and Beyond would be ridden by Martin Dwyer, Beautiful Stranger would be ridden by Rajendra and saddled by S.S. Shah. Pacey Shroff is also a big player in the high-stakes game, and he had two in the field, Machu Picchu and Onassis. Machu Picchu had won the Indian St. Leger a few months ago, and despite having to step down in trip, had the stable jockey Prakash on him. Onassis, on the other hand, would find this trip ideal and looked a picture in the paddock. Dallas Todiwala also saddled a second runner, and CL Indian, like Beautiful Stranger, while expected to run well, was better suited to 200 meters less. The versatile Native Knight from Narendra Lagat stable and the informed Rajasthan Royals from Adhiraj Jodha stable and Suchalyo from Faisal Abbas stable made up the field as the 8 runners made their way to the starting gates. With the bookmakers unable to find a dominant runner in this field, the odds board looked very generous, allowing punters plenty of value.
They are off and racing for the A.C. Ardeshir Trophy Grade 3 to a level start by all the runners. And as they settle down to races, Machu Picchu close on the fence, just the leader from CL Indian over on the outside. A length and a quarter further back there's Suchalyo. Towards the inside rails there is Onassis. Between them is Native Knight. A length and a quarter further back there's Beautiful Stranger. Then comes Ocean and Beyond second last of all. 2 lengths away Rajasthan Royals. Back to the leaders, and Machu Picchu is about 2 lengths in front of CL Indian in second position. Close on the fence there's Onassis, on the outside Suchalyo. A length further back between these two is Native Knight. Then comes Ocean and Beyond, making quick progress along the inside rails. On the outside is Beautiful Stranger, and still lying last, length and 3/4 behind, is Rajasthan Royals. Machu Picchu still calling the shots, about length and 3/4 in front of CL Indian in second position. Suchalyo is running third. On the fence there's Onassis. Right behind them comes Native Knight. Ocean and Beyond looking for room on the inside rails. Up on the outside they're Beautiful Stranger, and a close last now is Rajasthan Royals as they come past the 600 meter marker and begin to negotiate the home turn. Round the turn and into the straight, Machu Picchu comes home first. It's got a lead of about 2 lengths in front of CL Indian, getting closer on the outside. A length and a half for the back there is Onassis making his appearance in the middle. On the outside there, Native Knight also putting up a good run. Then there's Ocean and Beyond looking for room in between these horses with about 250 meters about to run. Machu Picchu is now being challenged on the outside by CL Indian going ahead, and Onassis coming up with a good run on the outside. Ocean and Beyond being switched on the outside with about 150 meters more to run. Then Onassis on the outside from CL Indian. They are fighting it out. Onassis traveling the better of the two. Onassis wins the A.C. Ardeshir Trophy in great style from CL Indian. Then there's Ocean and Beyond as they race past the finish.
The young Zervan was able to tap Onassis' turn of foot to perfection. Onassis is a son of Glory of Dancer and is owned by Vijay Shirke, Khushu Danji Boy and Farokh Ratansi.
No, I don't believe the distance will be too short for Machu Picchu. So between the two horses I liked it. Well, at the 300 meters he looked like a winner.
Yeah, he did like the pace, it suited him nicely. He was galloping along nicely after the jump and seemed to get his feet right at the right time. Track good horses at the right time and make my move at the right time, that's it.
Next up is our Kingfisher Trailblazers, and well, guess what? The Winter Classics are truly underway. Amongst the first of the regional classics were the Bangalore and Kolkata 1000 Guineas. In Kolkata, the continuing emergence of a very talented filly from Padmanabhan's yard proved to be telling. In the spotlight, did everything right in the Grade 3 race and is the first Kingfisher Trailblazer.
Round the turn now and into the straight, and in the spotlight has gone for it and is about 2.5, 3 lengths now separating her from 2 and 1 in second, but they all seem to be in futile chase, with Oakdale coming into third and Pedigree Nick running a useful race there. But with about 200 to run now, and in the spotlight is drawing away to win the Calcutta 1000 guineas here in great style. In the spotlight, and Martin Dwyer well clear of 2 and 1. Pedigree Nick finishing up a very creditable third, followed by Oakdale. Then came Mad About You, Secrecy, Optimum Pride, Secret.
Over in Bangalore, meanwhile, Ganpati saddled the Dr. Ramaswamy-owned Southern Bay in the Grade 2 contest, and as expected by most, the filly quickened away soon on straightening.
Showtime takes charge just about half a length in front of Southern Bay, moving into second position. Then comes Lovely Kiss towards the inside is Janswella. Celebrity being switched on the outside. Nearness of Fuse close last. 400 to go in this Grade 2 Bangalore 1000 guineas, and Southern Bay pounces on the leader. Southern Bay length and a half, 2 lengths in front of Showtime on the inside rails. Celebrity moving into second on the outside. Then there's Lovely Kiss who's got a lot of running to do with about 200 meters more to run. Then Southern Bay stretching out nicely indeed. She's about 2.5, 3 lengths clear of Celebrity. Southern Bay notching up an emphatic classic number 547 for Dr. M.M. Ramaswamy, scoring a stylish victory here, or Celebrity finishing up second. Showtime is third as the race past the finish.
Well, I can tell you, in the spotlight, clearly very impressive, and I wouldn't be surprised if she does make it over to Bombay for the Winter Classics. On that note, we'll take a short break and come back. There's lots more. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Moving right along, it's time for us to get to know our racing pro.
I'm Rehanullah Khan, and these are few things about me which I would like to express and share with you all.
He is a man who walks softly. In the game of horse racing, Rehanullah Khan has come a long way without the fanfare that accompanies so many others. In fact, his roots could be amongst the most intriguing in India.
Malia, it all started in the year 1970 from Karachi, where my father was training horses. So I used to go regularly to the stables and sometimes even sit on the horses in the rolls, evening rolls. So it all started from there. And from the very beginning, I like these animals. In fact, I love my horses.
While it certainly requires love for the horses and a passion for the sport to be a racehorse trainer, for Rehanullah Khan, his career choice may have seemed like an accident. In fact, it was clear that fate had played its cards with intent.
We came back to India in 1981, and I was little late to continue my further education. And then as the time passed, I didn't know what to do. So Dad said, okay, you might as well come now, join the line. So it all started like that. I became assistant of my father in 1981. Then we moved to Bangalore. I started assisting Mr. S.M. Shah, which I consider one of the greatest in Indian racing as a trainer. So I assisted him for about 2.5 years over there. Then my father fell sick in 1984. I had to come back, and from there I was in charge of his horses because he was not keeping well. And 1986 I started my career.
Rehanullah Khan's fundamentals are crystal clear in his mind. He has a simple formula that has worked for him in his career.
I always believe it's a horse who makes a trainer and the jockey. It's like training a horse to his true potential. You should be considered as a good trainer. You can't train a bad horse into a good horse. I feel all the horses are different individuals. They need to work it out on their abilities, on their system, on their nature, on their habits. Each one individual horses needs individual attention.
In a world where breeding and conformation are the mantras for success, Rehanullah Khan's greatest challenge also proved to be his greatest achievement.
I think his 10th Western was the most difficult horse. Not because he's achieved so much, so I'm harping on my success. But he had, from the beginning, sesamoid problems. in his both legs. But somehow I managed to control it, whether it can something worked out for me or it's by luck. I managed to control them till the time he retired from my yard, and he gave me immense pleasure of training that horse because he did whatever I asked him to do. And very talented horse.
With strength to strength, Raihanullah Khan may have won many races, but the crowning moment came when he completed a rare Sprinters Cup Super Mile double during the invitation weekend. Raihanullah Khan had truly arrived.
Basically, I wanted to go to Bangalore for the Super Mile, but when it happens, he was selected for sprinters and not for Super Mile. So I went and requested Riaz Khan, the stipended steward of RWITC, to please give me the nomination for the Super Mile also. So he said, "You're standby." And then one horse was not going, so I got a slot. So I ran both the races. I took a gamble, Malia. I'm not disputing the ability of the horse. I knew he can do it. But I took a gamble running him both the days. Though many people said after the first day, okay, the horse is not right. But I took that chance also. Instructed my jockey on the way to the gates, if you find something wrong with the horse, please show it to the vet and withdraw the horse. We didn't want to risk it. But all went well. You can say, or I will say, my gamble passed. He won both the races.
On the outside of horse racing, Raihanullah Khan is more than just a one-dimensional man.
I enjoy watching cricket. I played good amount of cricket during my school days. And if this was not my sport, horse racing, maybe I would have gone for the cricket. Other hobbies are, I'm very God-fearing man. My other hobbies, I just, for the time pass sake of it, I play snooker sometimes. I watch lot of television. I would read lot of things just for the general knowledge.
Raihanullah Khan has spent time understanding the sport even at an official level with the Western India Trainers Association, and believes that there are few sports that carry the magic of horse racing. In fact, he feels for this with a passion, like he does for everything else.
See, racing is a very thrilling sport. Animal with the human gelling together or going against each other. It's not like man to man having a thinking process going on. It's animal and human being. So I think it's a more thrilling sport than any other thing, than football, hockey. And I'm disappointed that this sport is not getting its due in this country. If it was Europe and America, see how the sport is appreciated. But I think people having a wrong notion about this sport. The mindset is very negative regarding it. It's high time they change it and they accept it as a good sport, and it's a competitive sport, and it's long overdue. Indian racing, I think it should get its due. It's high time.
Well, I can tell you on a personal note, training my horses with Raihanullah Khan, it's been nothing but a pleasure. Moving right along, let's leave the shores of India, head over internationally to Singapore for Singapore's most prestigious race. Many would say that the Group 1 Longi Singapore Gold Cup is Singapore's most prestigious race. As the third leg of the Triple Crown and a true test of stamina, often trainers will look to target a specific horse to this contest even before the embers of the previous years have cooled. One such galloper is the 7-year-old charge of trainer Takaoka Eldorado. In fact, over the past 3 years, Eldorado had missed the 2010 running of the race but had saved his very best for this contest, winning back-to-back in 2008 and 2009. In the 2011 revival of this 2,200-meter test, while Eldorado was in the field, he did have 15 opponents who stood in his way and the winner's circle. Lazar from Patrick Shaw's yard had won his previous 2 starts and was one who would be in the firing line. Martial Art from Laurie Laxon's stable was another with a chance, and though he had run behind Lazar when they last met, he had Morera on board to bring him home. On a very wet day, the starter set them away while the fans were almost willing that history be written.
Nicely, Gordon Roberts being heeled up and Lazar bounced away nicely. Nandara's going forward as well, followed by Speed Baby. Clint caught out wide. Samurai Phoenix is keen between horses. They were followed by Eldorado sneaking up to the inside of Always Certain and Samurai Phoenix. Martial Art trying to get in. Hint is out wide as they go towards the back from Risky Business. Next of all, Fat Kid. Then Honest Broker. Well back, Paulinho trying to make some ground as they made the top corner there. And last of all is Morris Chitrillo. Not a great deal of speed on as they amble towards the back straight now at the 1600 metres. And the leader is Gordon Roberts, Speed Baby, going up on the outside, allowed to slide forward now by Venezuela. Third over on the outside is Nandara, followed by Lazar, and Clint has got in. Outside of him is Samurai Phoenix. They were followed by Flying Fulton. Paulinho's 4 wide. Always Certain between horses. Next is Eldorado, then came Hint. Martial Art cluttered up behind them. Over on the inside, last year's winner, Risky Business. They were followed in turn by next of all, Honest Broker. Now, Morris Chitrillo going out very wide, and Fat Kid's been relegated to the rear. A big field of 16 and only 7 lengths covering them as they come off the back straight. Gordon Roberts for young TH Co at the 1,000 metres led the way. Joined on the outside by Speed Baby. Lazar is moving up strongly over on the fence, followed by Samurai Phoenix. Nandara. Clint is tracking into it nicely, followed by Eldorado. Then came Paulinho behind them, Always Certain. Flying Fulton and Hinter together. Next of all, as they come to the bend, is Martial Art a long way back with Risky Business being ridden for luck. Then came Honest Broker, Morris Chitrillo. And last of all, as they come to the top of the straight, was Fat Kid. Speed Baby took over in the cup, but Lazar gets a lovely run up on the inside. Just off them as they turn, Samurai Phoenix. Clint trying to come through. Paulinho out wide. Eldorado gets up on the inside. 400 metres to go. Lazar went to the lead, but here's Eldorado. Speed Baby Always Certain running on behind them. And Hint begins to come into it nicely down the outside. Flying Fulton, but Eldorado raced up on the inside of the 200. He has a fight here with Lazar, finishing on behind them. Hint and Always Certain. Eldorado went to the lead. Lazar going with him. Eldorado just in front. Lazar tries to hold him. Eldorado draws clear, and a 3-peat in the cup for Eldorado. Unprecedented. Eldorado wins it for Ronnie Stewart and Takioka.
I don't know how to explain the horse, eh? Like, he sort of, I wouldn't say he goes off the boil, but he knows when he's got to come right. And look at the work the other day. I was very happy with him. I'm sure Massa will even say last year when I was riding him, I had a lot more to do with the horse, and you know, he was just coming right at the right time. And you know, he's getting a little bit older now, but I suppose if you can stay, you can stay. And he's got a big heart. You know, I am going back home, and it's a great little present to go home with. And you know, he's probably one of the best horses I've sort of had to do with at this stage of my career in that. And look, can't say, you know, the stable just do a great job with him. And if he's in next year, I'll be giving Massa a call and seeing if I can get a licence to come back up here to ride him.
In what was a fairy tale ending, Eldorado wrote his name into the history books, winning 3 of the last 4 Gold Cups, even as Ronnie Stewart brought his career in Singapore to a close with this great victory. Takaoka had yet again weaved his magic and proved that there are few who understand stayers like he does. For Masa Otani, ownership of Eldorado has done more than earn him close to $3 million, and for the 3rd year has given the stable the pride of having their silks displayed at the Singapore Turf Club till the next Gold Cup. Well, and what can one say about Eldorado? 3 Gold Cups in 4 years, and he didn't run last year because of an injury. On that note, we'll take a short break, come back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Fly Kingfisher winning post. Moving right along, let's take a look at the horses that were shining on the track. Nature Vet Morning Glories is up next.
In this week's Morning Glory, we take a look at some of the horses who galloped well and some of those who will be figuring in the bigger races who went on a common canter. Here we look at Capriol, who had Rajendra on top and clocked 1.07 for the 1000 meters. Doing the last 600 in 39 seconds, Capriol moved well. Dictator had Daniel Grant on top, and Neat with Dashrath went neck and neck, clocking 41 seconds for the last 600 meters, and both looked in good nick. Victoria went on an easy gallop, just limbering up, not exerting too much, and just having a feel of the ground, and went very easy. Out of My Way went with Rajendra on an impressive gallop along with perfect moment, but left his companion way behind, clocking 39 seconds for the last 600. Out of My Way, Sizzling Love practiced well, but never really extending at any point, and clocked an easy 45 seconds for the last 600 meters. Day's Best with Amin Merchant and Smart Hunter had Rupesh for company. They took 69 seconds for the last 600. Day's Best moved extremely well and finished a good 3 lengths ahead. Hills and Stars, the Pune Derby winner in action here. Nice easy gallop, not much of a pressure. She's going well and looks in good shape, has retained her Pune form. Smashing, another filly with great potential, won all her 3 starts, showing dazzling speed. Yet again, she's not exerting too much, just on an easy workout.
Well, and we will keep a track of those horses as they participate in their forthcoming races. But one thing that we thought we'd highlight for you on the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is the rapid steps that the various racecourses, especially the RWITC, is making.
The Royal Western India Turf Club has played a significant role as an entity that provides the thrill and the entertainment befitting the city of ultimate dreams. It has developed into a complete entertainment hub that has attracted guests year after year, creating historic moments of legendary proportions. The epic battles on the turf are stuff that one would tell one's grandchildren with pride and joy. The RWITC has a rich history of over a century. Over the years, even as the focus has remained on the horses, the club has shown a tremendous sense of social responsibility as well.
The RWITC has also taken several steps forward to associate with leading charities in the city. Hence, last year we had charitable drives on racing days with a variety of charitable organizations which helped us raise significant amounts of money for these organizations. This remains an important focus area for the club in our effort to drive our corporate social responsibility effort, which will see at least one such event at least every couple of months.
For the younger revelers, there couldn't be a better focal point than the parties that grace the lawns of the club. The world-famous Oktoberfest unfolds in Mumbai and Pune each year, with the traditions reproduced as in the host country, Germany. German beer and their ethnic cuisine, blended with the music, is another riveting experience, exclusively at the racecourse. The corporate world is always on the lookout for an alternative venue to host prestigious corporate events. With sprawling lawns and enormous parking space, there is no better venue than the RWITC. The prestigious ambience of the racecourse, with the setting sun for a backdrop, lends a magical touch to any event. The opportunity of rubbing shoulders with top celebrities is a lot more at the racecourse. Bollywood stars are frequent visitors to the racecourse and add to the excitement on the day. Superstar Salman Khan went a step further and displayed his riding talents that had the crowd screaming for an encore. Horse racing is amongst the most exciting sports in the world, and the RWITC is the leader of the sport in India, bringing to life a magic unlike any other.
Well, and that's all we have on this episode of the Fly Kingfisher Winning Post. As always, thank you for being my guest. Till I see you next week, I'm Mohit Lalwani, wishing you all the best, and as always, may the horse be with you.
The Fly Kingfisher Winning Post is powered by the Serum Institute of India and Hirco Industries.